Hey everybody, it's Angie and welcome to Hot and Flashy. In today's video, I've got an all new makeup try on for you guys featuring the much requested Jones Road WTF foundation. This is the new one from Bobbi Brown's next adventure, which is called Jones Road. And so many of you guys have asked me to get this one and try it. So of course I have. Sorry I'm a little late on it. I guess it came out maybe 6 months to a year ago, but I did finally get it and I have it on right now. So I have all the makeup on now. I recorded, applying earlier, and so I have thoughts. So in addition to the Jones Road WTF, I'm also reviewing the Tarte C Concealer. I have a Merit bronzing stick. I also have a Persona blush, Revlon Colorstay eyeliner, Rare Beauty mascara, a couple of new lippies from Sephora, and the Natasha Denona My Dream palette as well. As always, you will get my fully honest review of all the products on more mature, less than perfect skin. So I'm 60 years old, I have combo skin, I'm slightly oily through the T-zone, but not super oily. As I get older, my skin gets drier. I'm a little dry around the mouth area and normal the rest of my face. I have enlarged pores from years and years of sun damage. I have some spots and things also from sun damage. I have some wrinkles, and I like a foundation that makes all those things look better than they are. I like a lightweight, non-drying, smoothing foundation that gives me medium coverage but looks natural sitting on my skin. So we'll see if the Jones Road can fit that bill today, and if all the other products can also be my dream products for what I like in everything else. I'll come back for 5 hours and 10 hours. Usually I give you a couple of different light tests to see how the foundation looks in the light. There is no sunshine today, very overcast day, so we won't be getting the sunshine test, but I will do a natural window light. So that's what you're gonna be getting in today's video. If you enjoy a new makeup try on mixed in with a foundation review, go ahead and give the video a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So let's go back in time about a half an hour and we will put on the makeup and I'll give you my initial thoughts on it. All right, let's start in with the makeup. The first thing we're going to try today is the Jones Road WTF foundation. It comes in a glass container like this, and it is kind of a whipped up, creamy, textured foundation. The first thing I notice about it is the smell. It's got a very, very strong, half medicinal, half floral scent. Here are the two shades that I got it in. This one is beige, this one is light. I don't know if you can see, but the light one has separated and the oils need to be stirred back into the product. I'm just gonna use the little bit that's in the cap here, and I'm gonna apply it on one side of my face with my fingers and the other side with a brush. So let's go in with the fingers on this side and we'll just see how it goes. The sunscreen I'm wearing under it today is my Undefined R&R sunscreen, which has some oils in it, and I thought it would go really nicely with this because this does have a lot of oils in it. Giving me a little problem there covering my pores by the side of my nose. This definitely feels oily, kind of greasy going on. It has the feel that I think a lot of people don't like in sunscreen, because sometimes sunscreen feels kind of heavy and greasy, and this kind of has that same feeling to it. With the fingers, I'd say it applies just okay, but it doesn't seem to be going on super evenly. It's giving me very, very little coverage, like comparing the side of my face that I don't have it on to the side of my face that I do have it on. I don't really see a huge difference except that this side is even shinier. My sunscreen does definitely leave me with a dewy shine that I usually have to put something on over or powder to be able to wear it. This side I'd say is even shinier and giving me more light reflectiveness than the side without. Anything with a lot of shine just accentuates my pores and texture. Let's go ahead and do the other side with a brush. I'm going to use my BK 101 brush, and I think I'm just going to take a little bit more off the lid. I suppose if you have dry skin, you might love how this feels. The scent is really overpowering. I can really, really smell it. I can't say there's really any difference between the brush side and the finger side. They both look, sadly, not great. right, so here's what it looks like up close. As you can see, I'm getting a lot of shine and a lot of glare off of it. It's just accentuating, you know, eye bags and texture and pores. It feels so greasy and so sticky. I just tapped my face and it came off on my fingers. So it's definitely going to be, I feel like, transferring a lot. I mean, I've only had it on 2 minutes now. 5 minutes over here, 2 minutes over here. It's definitely not drying and setting. I know a lot of people will mention, you know, my sunscreen is possibly being the culprit, but as I've said many, many times, if it doesn't work with my sunscreen, it's not going to work for me. But that said, I have used this a couple times in the past, and I have used it with a couple of other sunscreens, and the sunscreen doesn't seem to make any difference in how this goes on my skin or how it sits on my skin. It's been the same with the 2 or 3 other sunscreens that I've used it with. The key is in the ingredients in this formula, which, you know, there's like 4 or 5 different oils in here, and there's 3 or 4 different waxes. So this is not going to be something that is going to dry and set down because it's got so many oils and so many waxes, and that just makes it feel heavier, waxier, and oilier on the skin. I will be powdering my T-zone, but I'm going to wait to do that till after I put on my concealer, and I'm hoping that while I put on the rest of my makeup, this will dry and set, because currently I cannot stand how this feels. But for our concealer today, I have the Tarte C Power Flex concealer, and this is in the shade 25N Light Medium Neutral. So I'm going to use my A506 brush to blend that out. I'm hoping that it will go well with this foundation. That actually blends out really nice, looks pretty. There are really no blending problems between the two, so that's good. Here is what the concealer looks like. It does have a luminous finish as well, but it's giving nice even coverage, and it doesn't look too heavy or dry. I'm going to use my favorite setting powder today, the NYX Mineral Matte Powder. And I'm going to set that with the BK 108 brush. Pressing out so I don't press any wrinkles into the concealer. So the bronzer I have today is from Merit Bronzer Balm Sheer Bronzer in the shade Clay. So let's go ahead and just do a little, oh, it's nice, not too dark of a color. I'm going to use my BK 106 brush to blend that in. And I think last time I did a makeup try-on, I used my NYX Wonder Stick, and I was pretty disappointed in the new formula. I think they reformulated it, and I think it's a lot drier and doesn't blend as easily as it used to. So I was kind of bummed about that because I had just bought a new one. Well, this one blends in really easily. I mean, especially with this foundation, which, by the way, still not dry and set. Well, that's very nice. I like that product a lot. For the blush today, I have the Persona Cheek and Lip Multi-Stick in Bubble. And this is a nice hot pink. I tried to plan the makeup around the pretty colored sweater. I showed you these guys last time. I can't remember if I used it or not. I think I ended up using the Dior blush, but I did want to try this. And this bubble color, ooh, maybe I should have put it on my hand first. Yikes! I'm going to use the 507 brush to blend that out, and let's hope this blends. Let me see if I can just go a little less heavy-handed on the other side. Let me finish powdering. I really need to take the shine down on this foundation, especially now like my upper lip looks super sweaty. Right in here is accentuating texture. I mean, it's just, I'm gonna have to powder everything from, you know, my entire T-zone. I think the powder makes everything much more wearable because I'm not super, you know, shiny like a disco ball, but it did make it look very like cakey and powdery here by the side of my nose. It's just kind of cakey-ish right up in there. I feel like this, you know, wherever I powdered, it kind of removed the foundation, like just touching it with the brush removed it. Let's go ahead in with the eyeshadow. For today's eyeshadow, I've got the Natasha Denona My Dream palette. This is a great like holiday palette, very pretty. I'm gonna use my usual eyelid primer, which is the Hourglass Veil eyelid primer. First, I'm going to go in with my A501 brush and the shade Unity. I'm just going to pop that. Oh my goodness! That is pigmented. Way more orange than I wanted. Oh, I don't want that. That doesn't go. All right, so I've got this orange on my eyelid. Why? You know, it would have been so much better if instead of having two very similar peachy toned shades in this palette, they had given me one like light neutral. Something like this from the ColourPop Truly Iconic palette. A shade like this right here, which is called So Bored. This is the kind of shade they should have had in that palette rather than something like this. But these seem kind of clingy. Kind of surprised. You know what? Do you mind if I just use a little bit from this palette? I'm just going to grab some of this, some So Bored. And I'm going to put that at the inner corner. I want that to be a little more neutral. I don't know, now I feel like switching to this palette. Next, let's go in with my A502, the shade Nurture. I'm going to put this at the outer corner and deep into the crease. Going in with my A503 to blend. And I'm going to go in with my A504 brush and dip it into Edgy. I'm going to go in with my A505 brush. I'm going to dip into Risk. And with the same brush, I'm going to go into Spontaneous and apply that at the inner corner. And I think that'll be our finished eye look. I have eyeliner from Revlon Color Stay Eyeliner Crayon. It is 203 Brown. Oh, let's go ahead and give this a go. I'm going to tight line my waterline first. And it does have a nice pointy tip, so I'm going to do my top liner as well. That's funny. Clearly, this is not the kind of eye look that you should have with this kind of foundation. This is like a real natural looking foundation, so why I have this glam eye look with it, I don't know. So, you know, just where the mood isn't fitting each other. For the bottom waterline, I am going to use the Maybelline Tattoo Studio Liner. This is in Rose Quartz. For the mascara today, I have a little sample size of the Rare Beauty Perfect Strokes Universal Volumizing Mascara. It's a giant fluffy wand. Oh, that's really, really big. All right, there's the mascara. It's not my perfect mascara because it does have like little chunkers in it and stuff, and it doesn't give me that like really super silky, curled, but volumized look that I love, but it's not bad. And while we're here, check out the creasing on the forehead with the foundation. And even though I powdered it, that shine is coming through already. And it's been, I'd say about 40 minutes since I started. The last thing to put on is the lippy. I got the Sephora Rouge Gel Lip Liner in Sinker Suede. This is really creamy. It's a gel formula, so it goes on really nicely. To go over it, I have the Sephora Melting Lip Clicks in Cotton Candy. You click and out it comes. Those together feel so creamy and so hydrating. Yummy, yum, yum. That's nice. So all right, here's a finished makeup look. What do we think? Help. Now that we are about 40 minutes in, the foundation still hasn't dried or set. It still feels tacky on most of my face. While I don't think it looks terrible, I'm not in love with it. I don't like how it feels. I don't like how it smells. I don't like how sticky it is, that everything just sticks to it. Let's go ahead and wear it throughout the day. I'll come back in either 4 or 5 hours to check in on it with you guys, and we'll take a look at it then. So see you in a bit. Here's the Jones Road foundation and all the rest of the makeup in Natural Light. All right, hey guys, I am back. It is 5:40 p.m. So it's a 5-hour check-in on all the makeup, but in particular the Jones Road. And what do we have to say about it? I actually was liking it for a half a hot sec there, around the 2-hour mark, I want to say. I think I liked it at the 2-hour mark because I felt like that is the point at which it felt a little less greasy. I can't say that it ever fully dried and set, and the thought I had back then was, Okay, it's the end of November now, almost December. The heat's on, the air is super dry. I can't imagine what this stuff would be like in the summer. It would never set back. All right, so you can see how like super greasy and shiny this looks, especially like by the sides of my nose. Just not happy with that. Pretty worn off all over the place, like everywhere, not just on my cheeks, but you know, even down here where no reason for it to be worn off. Chin is worn off. You know, side of my face worn off, forehead worn off. So very short wearing foundation that doesn't give you much coverage to start with and looks shiny and greasy and never sets back and has a way too much fragrance. It doesn't look good. Neither does the under eye concealer. I feel like this is super creased and not looking good. The blush is nice. The eyeshadow I think is really pretty. I really enjoyed the lippy and it did last pretty long. My lips did feel a little bit dry for a few minutes there, but now they don't really feel so dry. The mascara is nice so far, only a couple of tiny flakes. The best product of the day for me is so far, you know, the Merit. I really like this, and I liked the lip combo. I think I'm gonna reapply this, and I don't need the lip liner because now it's time to feed the dogs and take them out, and then it'll be time for me to have dinner. So, oh, this is pretty. This is like pinker without the lip liner. That's a really pretty color, really a nice kind of pinky tone. So that's pretty. And we'll see if this is drying on its own or if it was more of the lip liner. So that's the report for 5 hours. I'll see you back here again at the 10-hour check-in. Hey guys, I'm back. It's 10:20 about, time for the 10-hour check-in. And I'd say the foundation has pretty much given up the ghost. So it was worn off before, it's worn off even more now. It's looking even more shiny now, more accentuating pores and texture. But wait, there's more. It's kicked up skin flakes. It's super drying. I can't say that it's like felt drying, like my skin didn't feel dry, but I've got skin flakes in here by the side of my nose, a couple up here. So where do we start? Let's start with the kind of oil slick thing happening here by the sides of my nose. Definitely like caking up in there and not looking good. Here, dry skin flakes have been kicked up right there, which is not nice. It's very dry around here too. You can see it's completely worn off on my nose. If you just look at the side of my face, it is completely worn off over here. Concealer, not good under either eye. I like the lippy. I like the eyeshadow. Definitely have a lot of flaking going on underneath both eyes, probably from the mascara. I think the eyeliner is okay. I'd say it actually stayed in the waterline pretty well. It wasn't the worst makeup day I've ever had, but it also was by far not the best makeup day I've had. I'm glad I finally got a chance to try the Jones Road. I mean, there are just so many things that I like better than this. You know, I love the Dior Forever foundation. If you're looking for like a tinted moisturizer, the Say Slip Tint is really good. Halo Healthy Glow All-in-One is really nice. The Tarte Maracuja Tinted Hydrator is really nice. I would do any of these before I would reach for this one again. Between the heavy, greasy feeling, the lack of coverage, the lack of wear, the strong fragrance, definitely will not be reaching for this again. So out of the 9 products that I tried today, I liked 1. I like this lippy, and I kind of like the Merit Bronze Balm. So that's it for today. 2 things. The lippy, the second time around, was way better, way less drying than the first time around with the lip liner. So I'm going to say that the lip liner, while I do like the color and I like how it goes on, did make my lips dry by the 5-hour check-in. Second time I've tried it, second time I like the Persona blush. I kind of like the Natasha Denona palette, although I think for $65, I'm not like you need to run out and get it. I think that it's okay. All right, so that is it for today's video. I hope you found it helpful and informative. If you did, go ahead and give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell. As always, I thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate your watching. I hope you have a great day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care, everybody. Bye.